street is Bull International Circuit. Its length is 5.15 kilometers and the laps are 60. This awesome circuit is designed by Harman Kardon.
Now let's revisit next. The country's inaugural Air Grand Prix got off to a spectacular and action-packed start with world champions last year medals. Starting from the pole position at Bull International Circuit here on Sunday, they will make a brilliant start, but third place Fernando Alonso went wide and allowed Jason Button to get through.
Button and Marquez were then fought for second place behind Vettel. At the first corner, Williams Rubens Bigelow car spun off after being hit. Moments later, the team Lotus Giorno Trulli also went wide on the grass and it gave a lot of opportunity for the other drivers to move up.
Now let's start the pretty people at Bull International Circuit. For acting stamina, everything came to a standstill at Bull International Circuit as Sachin Tendulkar came into the paddock area for the inaugural Grand Prix. The bustling area went into a frenzy as people from all corners ran to catch the glimpse of Sachin Tendulkar, who was accompanied by his wife Anjali and daughter Sarah. JP Sports International Limited chairman Manoj Gaur accompanied the Tendulkars as they headed to meet Evan boss Bernie Ecclestone.
Sachin Tendulkar said that as an Indian, it is a pride moment for me to witness the Indian inaugural GP. The facility here looks brilliant and the organizers have done a wonderful job. Tendulkar also added that it is a matter of pride for the country. I have followed F1 since a long time and have been a big fan of Michael Schumacher. Today I will cheer the Sahara Force India as an Indian.
Now, Colin Tendulkar was Virendra Sehwag and Harbhajan Singh, who also came into the paddock area. Both of them went on the tour of the Lotus Clean Garage with reserve driver Karmal Singh Grover.
Leading the Bollywood parade was Shah Rukh Khan. SRK said that Indian TV is taking place in my hometown. It is a great feeling to see so many people who have turned up for the event. I will cheer the Ford India cars and he will be sporting the movie posters.
Also present was Starly Deepika Padukone, who was a bit clueless about Narayan Karthikeyan's team. She said, I'm here to support our team Sahara Force and I also want to wish Narayan Karthikeyan, but frankly I don't know which team he
complete their assignments with the help of internet, as it provides a pile of information without wasting much of the time. Isn't it really amazing? Further, even after completing the studies also, students are able to get information related to their jobs. I don't find anything destructive in this. It is not only giving us information, but also have brought the whole world closer to each other. It is creating harmony by getting us closer to people who live in the other parts of the world. As the technology is developing, I would also like to ask my friends that is it really okay not using internet, or should I say to be cut off from the whole world full of technologies? Don't we wear churros instead of trousers that we used to? The point is this, that we need to develop along with the technologies. Then only human survival can become more comfortable. At last, if my friends have the same thinking, I would also like to ask them about Sergey Brin, Larry Page, and many other personalities who have made internet more interesting for us. Were they not interested in internet? They were. But even after using internet, they had a very bright future. Thank you and have a nice day.
Over to the participants. Jane, when we light a candle, it is impossible that wax won't melt. Earlier, we thought that chemistry was a magical book that would help us produce any drug we imagine. But today we see that we still need certain plants for production of drugs for cancer treatment. It is an alien public. As the population is growing larger and larger, people demand quality products. But where would we get this from? Animals and plants? People in the cosmetic sector have identified the threat we are causing to nature. One of the conservationists in the time of industrialization said that conservation and development is a sign of betterment, but we cannot forget its threat. In the end, I would like to say, what about sunrise? What about rain? What about all the things you said we were to gain? What about healing pills? Is there a time? What about all the things you said was yours and mine? Thank you. Good afternoon, and Jenny. In my opinion, conservation of environment and development cannot go hand in hand. According to the very famous gaia theory, all organisms and their inorganic surroundings are closely integrated to form a single and self-regulating complex system. But the greed of human has led to the total imbalance. According to the IUCN report, 19 species of plants are extinct. 149 species of plants are endangered. And if we come to the section of fauna, many animals are extinct and endangered. And still, how can a person be so unconscious, so unconsidered, and so unconcerned about such a serious and major problem? Really, the world is running after development. But in this run, do we once also think that how much we are polluting our environment? And if you don't think, then let me make you think that the total CO2 emission in the whole world is approximately 2,98,88,121 metric tons. And still people are not considered. And with pride I would like to tell you that India stands on the 4th position in this race of CO2 emission. At last, I would just like to request you, please help me to save my Mother Earth. Thank you.
Good morning, engineers. I feel conservation of environment and development can go hand in hand because there are quite large number of measures and ideas to be seen. For example, let's take in the question of air and water pollution. In both cases, factories and industries pollute our precious natural resources. But we have measures to curb them. Like in the case of air pollution, we can check that the substance burning in industry should be completely burned without leaving any residue. This way, carbon monoxide changes into carbon dioxide, which is absorbed by the green plants by the process of photosynthesis. Also, in the case of water pollution, the state government out to ensure that no factory or industry is releasing pollutant in rivers and lakes. So, this needs a well-developed system of transportation. So, finally, I would like to say that conservation of environment and development can go hand in hand if we are aware and think rationally. Thank you, Anjali.
In my views, conservation of environment and economic development cannot go hand in hand. Because whenever
Development means when a country actually shows up. We can't ignore that. I hope that in India we aren't using any eco-friendly gases. We use eco-friendly gases to a minimum amount we can. But we can't ignore USA. USA is a developed country. Has an eco-friendly atmosphere. And actually the thing is,
it does not have an eco-friendly atmosphere. Let me tell you that according to the 2008 survey, China was stood first in the CO2 emission cycle, and in the second position was US. So how can you say it has it was 2008? If you
Yes, number 1 and 2, please give others a chance.
Excuse me, I just want to reply this answer. By cutting the trees, rather by cutting the trees, we can do development by planting it also. And one of the ways is tourism, which can increase the GNP.
I mean that we are just talking about industrialization.
Yeah, but
Yeah, and I say that we cut trees for a number of else reasons also. For making